yet another victory for you. How does this one feel? Does it feel any different now that it's number 4?
They all feel different, honestly. I feel like every heptathlon has its own story. This one feels really special because I feel like this year I kind of have got my spark back, and this meet I came in, I had certain things I wanted to do in certain events, and I feel like we got a lot done, and I feel like I'm coming out of it with a lot of confidence, really healthy, and a lot of room to grow, so definitely feels special.
What went right for you today?
I think what went right is just that I've been healthy this year, so I've got so much time to train, which has been incredible. Super excited about my 2 throws PBs. We've been working really hard on those, so to see the progress there is exciting. And I think I haven't competed for 6 weeks, so we've been training really, really hard. So fit and tapered, but not as sharp from recent competition. So I was really pleased with the results, and I'm excited to compete a little bit more before Worlds.
And it can be interesting for you guys in the combined events because you want to save something for Tokyo, but you can't exactly coast through like maybe in a conventional running event. I mean, how do you even approach this? I didn't think you'd score 6,900 points.
Yeah, we definitely weren't trying to. I know my coach said we were going to be conservative a little bit, which is funny in the multi. It's pretty hard to be conservative, but one way we in high jump had a deal where she only wanted me to jump 190, and the goal was to do it in 5 bars. I usually start way lower than I did here, so we tried to save my legs from a few jumps. I think I ended up taking 8 jumps. Usually I take 12 to 14, so that was nice. I looked like I could have made the 93 easy. That's why she let me take those attempts, and then I missed it. But and then today, 800, I usually obviously take it out, but I was just okay, I'm gonna try to do the bare minimum, but still win the event because I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to lose a Hep 800. So I tried to conserve a little bit there where I could.
Coming in, you said you were focused on your speed events. How did you feel about how you did here?
Yeah, honestly, I'm a little bit, the 200 was a little bit slower than I was hoping for, but I feel like I ran a strong race, just the whole field, we all ran slow for whatever reason, so definitely we'll get back to work on that, but I was pleased with the hurdles progress, especially coming off of not competing it for quite some time, and I always, forever, USA Championships, 100 hurdles. Ever since my fall a few years ago, I'm just get over all the hurdles. So I feel like I ran really well to 6, and then I was kind of let me just make sure I make it over. So I was pretty happy actually with the season's best, considering I feel like I ran a little bit safe.
Anna, your athleticism is undeniable, but it feels like this year you're just a different heptathlete. How do you think Tokyo will differ from Paris last year?
Yeah, I think it'll differ because I have something to prove this time around. I mean, I think you can want something and I wanted to win in Paris, but this time I have something to prove and I've got a big chip on my shoulder. I also think my injuries have forced me to grow a lot as an athlete, and I think it's showing in my heptathlons in the way that I'm able to string things together and put up really big scores, even though there's quite a few events that didn't go our way this weekend. So I'm really proud of the mental strength that's came from that, and I'm ready to apply that in the World Championship setting.
Anna, describe that moment that you had with Jackie right when you were done.
Oh, it was amazing. Jackie, she was out here the whole 2 days cheering in the stands, so it's just been incredible to have her there, and she was just you're ready, you've got this, you look so good, so that was amazing, and she even was she's I'm gonna come down to Gainesville, we're gonna talk through this, so it's really special just to have her there in my corner. My coaches use her as a resource. Honestly, it's a pinch me moment, even though she's been with us for the last few years. Still, anytime she gives me a piece of advice, I'm okay, this is really coming from somebody who's been there and done it before, so I really just try to soak it all in.
And what is some of her advice? What is some of her advice?
Yeah, I think the biggest piece of advice, when she gave me this when I first came on the scene, was keep your joy. And I was I always have fun in track, so easy peasy. Little did I know what was coming in my career with the injuries and just the ups and downs of the heptathlon, and I think that's what kind of my knee surgery stole from me last year was my joy, and I didn't realize that that piece of advice from her was actually something that was going to be really hard to do, and her having gone through her whole career, I'm sure she knew that these ups and downs are coming, so she kind of gave me that little bit of foresight. Unfortunately, I still had to figure it out on my own a little bit, but her encouragement along the way definitely helped.
Anna, you mentioned the amount of mental growth that you've received this year. How will those intangibles really benefit your performances moving forward?
I think one thing is I trust myself now, and Even in like shot put here, I was warming up super well, and my first 2 throws just were not good, and that's like kind of a high pressure situation. Like your 3rd attempt, like you've gotta get it out there, and I think just the way that I'm able to stay cool in those and just be like, no, I know what I'm doing. Like I've picked myself up from literally rock bottom before, so I'm like one bad throw and shot put, like I know I just need to focus and do what I can do, and it's gonna go well. And so I was really proud of being able to kind of clutch up in some of those moments. I think it was great practice for the World Championships. I actually, after my 2nd throw, I was like, okay, so what happens when somebody's puts out a really big one and you only have 1 attempt left? Like, how are you going to respond? And then, you know, I started the clap and got a PB, so felt good to test myself in that way.
Thanks, Anna. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you think Noella liked her first Heptathlon?
I think she liked it. I'm sure being out here for 2 days, my 1-year-old niece, was quite a lot for her. But yesterday, on our long break, I went over to the Adidas house and was hanging out with her. So kind of was nice to shake the nerves off and just hang with my niece before the shot put. And then she's wearing my medal right now, so that's where that is. She really she was like grabbing onto it, and I was like, you can keep it. So hopefully she liked it.
Awesome.